This is Blackjack, and the first test is to see that the winner is whoever achieves Blackjack or whoever's cards are closest to totaling 21 without going over 21. So here we have 20, but we win because the dealer only had 17, and therefore our credits have increased from 100 to 110 because we won and wagered 10 credits. Next we have 10, but we lose because the dealer had a hand value of 15, and therefore we lose our wager of 10, and our total credits reduce from 110 to 100. And a little while later we can see that we have a draw because both us and the dealer have 20. And therefore we get our wager back and our credits stay at 100. The second test is that if the player's cards total above 21, they lose the game. Or in this case the game result is a draw because both the player and the dealer bust. And here we can see we have not bust because we have not gone over 21. The third test checks that the game allows us to enter a wager for every game that is played. As shown in the top left, we currently have 100 credits. So if we try to enter 1,000,000 credits, the game should not allow us to do this. Moreover, the game should not allow us to enter a negative amount of credits. And furthermore, the wager we enter cannot be anything but an integer. Now we will test that the player can enter 0 credits for those players who are not willing to wager anything on a game. This lack of credits means that although the player won't lose any credits from playing a game, they also will not win any, showing how despite the player winning the round, their credits remained at 100. Next, we will enter a valid amount of credits within the maximum amount of credits that the player has. Next, we will test that the game allows the player to create a unique account within the game. Firstly, we will test that the game does not allow a user to create a username that already exists. Now that this has worked successfully, we will now test that the user is able to create their own account that does not already exist. The user must be mindful that the password must be at least 6 characters to make their password more secure. The user must now be able to log into this account so that when they play a game, their statistics are saved to the database. If the username or password is incorrect, the player must re-enter it and ensure that it is correct. When the user successfully enters their username and password, they should be prompted to enter the game, allowing them to play the game as normal. However, their credits and total wins will be saved to their account, due to being logged in. The final set of tests that I'll do will be in relation to the sandbox mode. Within the sandbox mode, the player must be able to change the amount of credits that they start with within the game. As with before, the player must not be able to enter a negative number or a number that is not an integer. However, the player should be able to enter a value from 0 or higher. Furthermore, the player must not be able to enter anything but an integer into the sandbox credits box. Furthermore, the player must not be able to enter anything but an integer, a negative number, or a number under the value of 11, as this would disrupt the flow of gameplay, as the maximum card value is 10, and therefore there is a possibility that either the player or the dealer could instantly go bust. Furthermore, the game must not save the player's sandbox credits or the amount of wins that they accumulate within the sandbox mode, as this would ruin the fairness of the leaderboard, as players could enter a high amount of credits in the sandbox mode and allow this to transfer over to their leaderboard. This can be shown when leaving the sandbox mode and then entering the leaderboard, where the account we were logged into, called Ryan889, where it can be seen that the account that we were previously in has not had the 700 credits that it had during the sandbox mode update to its leaderboard, which would ruin the fairness of the leaderboard.